For lesson 14, we are going to find areas by decomposing into rectangles or completing composite figures to form rectangles. Whoopsies! Let's take a look at your problem set, number 1. It says find the area of each of the following figures. All figures are made up of rectangles. So let's take a look and break apart this into two rectangles. So I see one rectangle here. So I know that the width is 2 inches, but I'm not sure what the length is. If I look at the bottom, I see that the entire piece is 2 centimeters and 3 centimeters. So what is 2 centimeters plus 3 centimeters? That would be 5 centimeters. So now I'm going to figure out the area of the purple rectangle. A equals length times width. A equals 5 times 2. A equals 10 square centimeters for the purple rectangle. Now I'm going to take a look at the other square right here. I see that it has a width of 3 centimeters and the length of this one is just 3 centimeters. So now I'm going to determine the area, which is length times width. A equals the length, which is 3 centimeters, times the width, which is 3. A is equal to 3 times 3, which is 9 square centimeters. So in order to figure out the entire shape, area, I need to take the area of the purple triangle, which is 10 square centimeters, and then I am going to add it to the square, which was 9 square centimeters. And that will give me an answer of 10 square centimeters. So the area is 10 square centimeters. Now let's take a look at letter B. So I'm going to split this into two separate rectangles. So I see the rectangle as a whole as this purple rectangle. I see it has a width of 4 meters and the length is actually the 2 meters plus this 1 meter, which I know is going to give me a total of 3 meters, and that's my length. So now I'm going to determine the area of the purple, which is length times width. So A equals the length, which is 3, times the width, which is 4. 3 times 4 is equal to 12 square meters. Now I'm going to take a look at another rectangle, the one that's unshaded, which I see is here. So this might be a little bit tricky, but we can figure it out. Have no fear. So if this part right here is 1 meter, and this part right here is 1 meter as well, and the whole thing is equal to 4, this part left over is going to be what? So if I have 1 meter already and 1 meter already here, that's 2 meters. So now I need to just find the difference between the 4 meters and 2 meters. So 4 minus 2 is equal to 2 meters. So the width of the red rectangle is 2 meters. Now I need to find the length, which I also see down here, which is 1 meter. So now I can determine the area of the red rectangle. So A equals the length, which we said was 1 meter, times the width, which is 2. So A equals 2 square meters. So now I need to take the area of the purple rectangle, which was the bigger one. So that was 12 square meters. And I'm going to have to find the difference because the other red rectangle isn't really there. So I need to take it away. So that's going to be 2 square meters taken away. So 2 minus 2 is 0. 1 minus nothing is 1. So the total area of the shaded figure is 10 square meters. Challenging, I know, but we did it. Okay, now let's take a look at another one. It says the figure below shows a small rectangle in a big rectangle. It says to find the area of the shaded part of the figure. So kind of like what we just did. So here I'm going to split it up into a big rectangle, which we'll represent with purple. So A equals length times width. A equals the length, which is 6 meters, times the width, which is 5. A equals 6 times 5, which is 30 square meters. So now I need to determine this smaller rectangle that was cut out. So if I take a look at the width part, I have 1 meter represented here and 2 meters here. That gives me a total of 3 meters that's shaded. The whole thing is 5 meters. So I need to subtract 5 minus 3, and that's going to give me a width of 2 meters. Next, if I take a look at the length, I have a total of 6, but I'm already given the 2 meters plus the 1 meter, which is 3. So I need to subtract 6 minus 3, which will give me 3 meters. So now I can find the area, which is length times width. So A equals the length, which is 3, times the width, which is 2. A equals 6 square meters. So now what I need to do is I need to find just the shaded part. So I have to take the area of the purple rectangle, which was 30 square meters, and then I'm going to have to subtract it with the red unshaded rectangle. So 0 minus 6 I can't do, so I have to borrow. 3 becomes 2, and I'm going to bring back a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4, and 2 minus nothing is 2. So that means the area of the shaded figure was 24 square meters. Now let's take a look at number 3. It says a paper rectangle has a length of 6 inches and a width of 8 inches. A square, where are my manners with underlining and circling? A square with a side length of 3 inches was cut out of it. What is the area of the remaining paper? So I know that I'm going to have to draw. So let's draw the first rectangle. Messed up a little bit. Yeah, we'll go with it. Okay. So we have a length of 6 inches and a width of 8 inches. Then it says a square with a side length of 3 inches. And because it's a square, I know that all sides are equal. So I have 3 inches for the length and width. Was cut out. What is the area of the remaining paper? So first I need to find out the area of the purple rectangle. So A equals length times width. A equals the length, which is 6, and the width, which is 8. A equals 6 times 8, which I know is a rhyme, and that's 48 square inches. Now I need to find the area of the square, which is still going to be length times width. So A equals 3 times 3 inches, and 3 times 3 I know is 9. So I have 9 square inches. Now, to figure out just the shaded part, I'm going to have to subtract. So I'm going to take the area of the purple triangle, which was 48 square inches, and now I'm going to subtract the red rectangle, which is 9 square inches. And then I'll subtract to solve. 8 minus 9 I can't do, so I have to cross out the 4, which becomes 1 less, which is 3. I'm going to bring back a 10 to the 8 that's already there, so I have 18. 18 minus 9 is 9, and 3 minus nothing is 3. So that means that the area of the remaining paper is 39 square inches. I know that that was a really challenging lesson for you, but I would really like you to try doing the homework sheet for number 1. It is just like what we did on the problem set, so use your problem set to help you if you get stuck. Then I would like you to work on the exit ticket. Again, the exit ticket is just like the problems that we did in the video. So use what you have already done with me on the video to help you with the exit ticket. To make it a little bit easier, I already drew the rectangle for you. Make sure your name is on the exit ticket and put it in the turn-in tray if you finish. If you don't finish, it is homework. Great job working hard today. I'll see you again soon.